Welcome back to the channel. I apologize for not posting this yesterday. I lost track of time. Anyway, I wanted to talk about The Black Company by Glen Cook. Now, I am a fan of Glen Cook's. I prefer his Garrett P.I. series over The Black Company, though I still enjoy reading The Black Company. The Black Company is definitely more... there are gritty parts to the Garrett P.I. series. It's kind of a detective noir style thing, but there's more often than not comedy and adventure that's interjected into it that kind of lightens it up. The Black Company, in a lot of ways, it's unremitting death all the time, and so it can be quite depressing in some ways. To kind of set this up, that's weird. I hope this is working correctly. To kind of set this up, the Black Company, the world that this takes place in, at one point was under the thumb of a very powerful wizard, supremely powerful. He was called the Dominator. The Dominator could, one of his abilities, other than just his magical prowess, was the ability to subjugate people. He could take those who were his most staunch opponents, and he could dominate them to such an extent that they became his most loyal supporters. And this wasn't a voluntary thing. This was a forceful, magical compulsion. Anyway, the White Rose led a rebellion against him. The White Rose being a mage as well, and they were able to defeat the Dominator and the 12 who were taken. Now, the 12 who were taken were at one point his opponents, wizards of extreme power that he dominated. That's why they were called the 12 who were taken, because they the 10 who were taken. Somebody's going to nail me in the comments for that. But the 10 who were taken, so the 10 who were taken, they were called that because they were forcefully taken and made into his supporters. Now, the White Rose and the rebels at the time that the Dominator was put down were not strong enough to kill him and his supporters. There was the 10 who were taken, the lady who was the Dominator's wife, and the Dominator himself. They were sealed in a place called the Barrowlands and basically left there, hopefully forever. But we all know how that goes. Anyway, there was a wizard. His name was Beaumans. I think I called him Beaumans. Anyway, Beaumans was trying to learn from the lady. He didn't want to touch the Dominator. He wanted to leave him alone. But through that, the lady was able to escape. Now, she took the 10 who were taken and escaped with them and left the Dominator rotting in his prison. Now, flash forward, and the 10 who were taken and the lady are reestablishing the empire that was originally established by the Dominator. And so they're warring against the different factions that are active in the world. One is the Circle of 18. They're magicians and wizards who band together to oppose the lady and the 10 and the taken. Now, the Black Company, the Black Company is very much like the French Foreign Legion in one aspect that I particularly enjoyed, and that was basically the fact that you don't go by your real name. Now, most people don't go by their real names. The lady has a different name. Each of the 10 who were taken, they're called something. There's Soul Catcher, the Limper, trying to see, Shapeshifter. Anyway, one of the reasons being that if you know the person's name, obviously you have power over them. The other being that it's kind of that thing where if you join the Black Company, you are leaving your past behind and you are becoming a member of the Black Company. And so you accept a new name when you come into the Black Company. Now, the Black Company is both a series and the start of the series. So the first book in the Black Company series is the Black Company. And we are introduced to Croker. Croker is the Black Company's medic, but he's also their analyst, the person who archives their history. He keeps track of where they've battled and all that other stuff. And so it's kind of that morbid joke that the company's medic is called Croker. Anyway, Croker starts with the Chronicles of the Black Company, and they're originally working for the Syndic of Beryl. Now, the Syndic is kind of the mayor of the town of Beryl. He's losing control. There's another faction. Well, the Black Company would just like to get out of there. There's a monster that's running loose in the city called the monster's called the Forvalaka, and it's killing people. And so the Black Company is, hey, you are assigned to go and kill the Forvalaka. Well, the Forvalaka is very dangerous and ends up killing some of the people. Well, one of the 10 who are taken, Soul Catcher, shows up and offers offers them different employment. Come work for the lady. And they accept. However, they have to, in order to break their contract, they have to kill the Syndic. So, yeah, they are a mercenary company. They are loyal to whoever pays them the most. And in this case, the lady was willing to pay more than the Syndic. So anyway, they start going out to support the lady and her forces, and they meet two people on the road. One is his name is Raven. He becomes one of their recruits, and they rescue a 9-year-old mute girl. Her name is Darling, and they become important later to the story. So the thing is that none of this is cut and dried. We have the 10 who were taken, and they have their own agendas. They were freed by the lady, and so they are subjected. They are in subjugation to her. They were in subjugation to her husband, and now because she freed them, they're in subjugation to her. But they also still have their same problems with their rival wizards that are trying to get rid of them and trying to put them down. And so what we end up having is we have a lot of infighting in the Empire. It's not as unified as they present to the world at large. They obviously they would like everyone to believe that they are loyal to each other and that they are unbeatable, but obviously the Black Company being behind the scenes and working as members of the army of the lady, they get to see that there are rivalries amongst the members of the 10 who were taken, and Even some of the 10 are thinking of deserting and going over to the other side and things of that nature. And while they are still extremely dangerous. They are capable of being not only stymied but killed. And so you have this situation where not everything is as it seems on the surface, and even the Circle of 18 is not as united as they would like the rest of the world to believe, with their own infighting and people wanting to prosecute the war against the lady in a certain way. I've heard a lot of praise for the Black Company, likening it to real world accounts of actual soldiers who, experienced this kind of situation. I can't say. Like I said, I've heard praise in that direction. I enjoyed it. Again, I prefer the Garrett PI series over the Black Company series, but I did enjoy it. I liked the interplay between the characters. I liked the viewpoint of Croker. Croker being kind of he feels optimistic. He's talking about all these terrible things that are happening, but he doesn't necessarily just break down and say everything is horrible and it's all. It's almost as if, as he's writing, he's still holding out hope for peace, and not necessarily peace, because what would they do in a peaceful situation, but that that the Black Company will succeed, and that they will be rewarded for their efforts. Anyway, have you read the Black Company? Have you read any of the books in the Black Company series? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, subscribe, share, all that other stuff. And if you're interested, I do another podcast with some friends of mine. We talk about things that are of interest to the geek community, gaming, comics, movies, all that kind of stuff. And I will put a link to that in the description down below. It's called The Distracted Gamers. And we release content once a week so far, anyway. If we can really get it rolling, we'll see about releasing more content. Anyway, that's it for today. As always, enjoy what you're reading.